Oftentimes, life can bring us joy, life can bring us celebrations, but life can also bring us loss and pain as well as death. And so in today's video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that I have learned about dealing with grief. Hi, and welcome back to my channel, EarlyBird TV. If you're new here, make sure you click that button below to subscribe to my channel. And also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new content. Now on with today's video. So today I'm going to try to be as chipper as I can be in discussing this. Obviously it's a little sensitive, but and I've taken my time in approaching this, but I think I've gotten to a point to where I'm okay with sharing at this point. So a little over a year ago, I had my world rocked. Like, just, there's no other way to really put it. I had my world rocked. I had my little heart shattered. I lost my mom. My mom passed away. And we weren't expecting it. And I mean, it's really no other way to put it except it's been challenging. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, it's been tough. Like, my mom was, I know everybody says my mom was rock, their moms that rock, but no, for real, my mama was like my rock. Like, I could do the hard stuff because I had her to help me through the hard stuff. So it was like really difficult. It has been difficult to navigate and figure my way through the hardest thing I've ever experienced without the person that has been there with me through all the hard stuff that I've experienced. But you know, I've dealt with grief for the last year, and today I want to share 4 things that surprised me and that I've learned about grief through my own experience. Now let me say this, I am not a counselor, I am not a therapist. This is just me sharing my experience, and in hopes of helping somebody else. And so, yeah, here we go. Grief is not linear. Like, there's no straight path, you know, when you're navigating grief. There's no straight trajectory. There are stages, you know, described when you read like articles and books and stuff, but day to day, I didn't go in the order. Like, I didn't go in the order of the stages of grief. Like, some days I'd be at acceptance, and I would think like, okay, I'm cool. Then a few days later, I might go all the way back to anger or even denial. Like, no, this can't be real, you know. I mean, and frankly, I have been all over the place. But something that I've learned is that grief, it may be described in stages, but it's not linear. Like, you can be at any point in the process of grief at any point in time. I've also learned that grief does not always look like grief, if you know what I mean. We usually think of grief as sadness, you know, just crying, the long face, you know, just being sad. You know, that's how we typically think of grief. But I've learned firsthand that it can look like a bunch of different stuff. For me, grief sometimes looked like busyness, you know, just not being able to sit still, always doing something. Grief has looked like frustration, you know. It'll seem like everybody and everything around me is getting on my nerves, and it's not really that they're getting on my nerves, it's just I'm trying to process the grief. Depression, you know, grief can look like depression, and not just the sadness, but the other symptoms of depression, you know, the lack of motivation, loss of appetite, a disrupted sleep pattern, you know. And honestly, I'm sure that there are other masks that grief can wear, but these are just some of the ones that I can remember experiencing. I've had to learn how to enjoy people and things with a broken heart, if that makes sense. Now, I'll be honest, for a while I couldn't enjoy anything. Like, the things that would typically make me smile, that would typically bring me joy, that would typically give me the warm fuzzies, it didn't. All I could feel was just pain. All I could feel was just sadness and heaviness. You know, it was just a real heaviness, and I couldn't enjoy anything. I wanted to enjoy stuff. I wanted to laugh and I wanted to be happy, but I didn't know how. So I had to learn. We usually think that you're either heartbroken or you're happy. We don't typically think that the two can coexist, but I've learned that you can actually be both. My heart still aches and will probably always ache and miss my mom. But I have learned that even though I'm still heartbroken about losing her, I can still enjoy my family, I can still laugh, I can still love, and I can still even invite and allow new people into my heart. And so I've learned that even though my heart might be broken, it doesn't have to be closed for business. And lastly, I have learned that grief is a process. It, like, for real, takes time. It really does take time to process and to navigate all of the thoughts and feelings that come along with losing someone. You know, it takes time to figure out new norms. And honestly, some days are better than others. Some days are harder than others. Sometimes things go smoothly and it's easy. And sometimes it's just it is hard to just breathe. It's just difficult to even take a breath. But what I have found was and still is important for me is that regardless of where I am, that I keep going. I can't stop at a certain point and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here. You know, be that point a high or a low. Like I've learned that I can't just sit at one point and stay there. I have to keep moving through the process of processing grief. So if that means that I need to cry, then I cry. If it means that I need to pray, then I pray. If it means that I just need to pull myself up by the bootstraps and put my big girl drawers on, then I just jank them bootstraps, put them big drawers on. If it means that I need to lean on a friend, then I'm gonna lean like I'm in a styrofoam cup. I've figured out that whatever it looks like, whatever it is that I need to do in that moment, on that day, that week, that month, at that point in time, to process this, then that's what I have to do to keep moving through the process. Alright, that's been today's video. I hope that, I can't say you enjoyed it, but I hope that it's been helpful. I hope that it's been insightful for you. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you click that button below to subscribe to my channel. And also make sure you share this across your social media platforms. Again, my hope here has been to hopefully, in sharing my experience, to help someone else move through the process of grief. So until next time, go where you're celebrated, not just tolerated. Be safe. Bye-bye.